He's holding on to it for the time being.
Bro's on.
This shit is just eight. Should someone shoot this guy? What is this?
The server admin character.
Minecraft creative
like
mode.
Echo. When Echo came out on Overwatch.
Sure, like one person should look up. Guys, watch out. There's an Iron Man above.
Both the Loki and the Lunar Snow, but Sentinels realize that they don't want to deal with rockets, so
it's just a straight main fight. See, like, wait, 100 Thieves would have been way better at this type of comp. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a main fight like this.
Super good at 7 health. You have to mention the Martians eventually.
Wait. Sen got shit on bad, kid.
It's a 3.
It's like shit
they
on
were
bad.
still living in their head rent free from the last time they played them in the MRC. Like, that's how much Crimso scarred these guys.
Some deforestation here. Let's see, chip damage definitely coming down. Wow, Melophobia gets caught out by that one. They, ironically, travel too close to the sun there, apparently. Right by the ground, getting caught out by this tick damage. So, remember, this is a 50k player from that previous game. Yggdrasil Path for Amazing had disgusting damage output. And if they remain unattended, they will try to run away with the game. He'll touch down for a moment to get rid of Ricky.
That was a shit on bad kid
burn the tree. Krasmang falls. The Sentinels are now in control.
That was nice, chat. That was nice.
Was that nice?
I think it was nice.
The Ints are gonna go to war.
A good lead to start.
Supernova.
It's pretty solid. Oh, I kind of like that. Sonic Surge.
What the fuck?
Down
Shit
to
on
the ground.
bad,
Ricky and
kid.
Dinks get picked off. Remember, now you have a little bit less to answer this dance of the butterfly with so many strategists off the table, which seems to have hurt Shikigami.
On the bank to still just hold the point.
Nothing else left
to play.
to
A lot
play.
of pressure here on the Shikigami. As it looks like Shikigami, rather they have to be careful of the early blade dance. Everyone though should say it's alive.
Okay, we're gonna see one come out here from Amanian. That one does one better. Aramori does fall. Kurova with an invisible boundary still wasn't enough to save their teammate. Set it down to 5 now.
Imzo has ult.
He's gonna be surrounded in just a moment. Does pop this seduction, but again, it's really just to try and apply some control to the fight. But the advantage was already found here by Shikigami. Strangling Prison is at the ready. You might see Crimson look to make use of that now. Try to get forward in this fight. Very
20 man incoming for Crimson.
To fight, but actually gets caught out in one of his own. Krasmang goes for it now. Crimson gets bowled over as a result.
Shiki might win.
And second mouse gets the cheese with the early bird in that case. Until it comes to Groot ultimates, he's able to win it out.
Wait, right, amazing twisted on this shit.
I mean,
that was nice.
Well, not able to make it to the boundary yet in time. Probably gonna find another one, or at least put a lot of damage where they can finish it up. Surely,
damn.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Going crazy on this.
Yeah. So now, Sentinels, despite being down some players, still in this fight. I mean, winning this fight.
Oh, wow. Man, it is wild.
Nice.
That Fantastic Force team-up ability was so important for Amazing there to stay alive. We talked about them. They're not really building compositions around those team-ups anymore, but if you just happen to have Invisible Woman and Human Torch in
Amazing fucking carried that map.
Nicely done from Sentinels, especially up.
What?
Oh, there it is. That's Strangling Prison.
Wait.
Zuma go down. I mean, yeah, a lot of people go down. Super Gomez. I mean, this is just an ult advantage, though. Mover, I must say. Surely Krasmang is going to be looking for it now. Try to make some space.
What are you even talking about, man?
Pop instantly over the top. There it is. Dinks
Y'all
just
homies
sees
tripping,
frankly,
man.
and that's a strongest ultimate off the table. Otherwise, it would have been available. That's right for Shikigami. Their window, in which Sentinels didn't have any of those big ultimates, is kind of passed them by. Arsene can at least have a invisible boundary to counteract the Psylocke. That is brutal. They really
Y'all homies are tripping, man.
Now there's a chance. I mean, now that they have Melophobia onto the Wolverine, they could technically just be using the leap to take them out of the boundary, I guess, outside of the barrier. They can definitely just take them out, make sure they don't get any of the value of that ultimate. They have enough
waiting for the TP
through. So, and also they can still isolate some heals. So there's some options. Is teleport going to be used? Shikigami going for the long rotate back to the point. You're going to avoid a lot of the poke there for Sentinels. As still, we look to Krasmang, surely.
Well,
okay.
Okay, force physics to knock him back. He did make use of the prison, though. His boundary now in play. In goes Crazy Man. Can't see the wood for the trees. He's blinded up, of course, by the enemy cloak and dagger. Psionic seduction active for Scatagenji, and he's going to be taking it forward. Shikigami did have to spend on this fight, but didn't have to make use of the strangling prison. Crimson gets a second one in the time it takes Krasmang to consider whether they want to go for one of theirs. At least they're able to save it, but by goodness, 89% already
Still
built for
almost
Sentinels.
killed that guy.
It's taken Shikigami quite a while to get their ducks in a row.
Alright, Jazz, is winnable for
You saw the
Shikigami?
idea there for Shikigami where it's like,
They
okay,
can't
we're
lose
using
any
Mania and
fights.
try to force the strategy
From
a
here on
little
out.
early. The fight sits for a long time. It becomes different, you know?
Yeah, I see. They've got the probiotic
Krasmang
qualities.
lost his mind.
Yeah,
Great for your
Plant-based,
gastrointestinal flora. Unfortunately, Krasmang died with ult again, Connor. So
Is Krasmang ever gonna
maybe
use
the
his
connection's
ult?
got a little bit. It's got a bit off, mate. It's getting a little sassy. Let that sit too long in the cellar. Oh God. They're cooked, man.
They're
Melifobi
cooked,
goes
he
down
said,
to have to
Jack.
switch over to the Wolverine.
Dog
All
looking
things.
at the
And
sunset.
Ramazzi
Let
sees a
me
chance to throw down his
know.
cloak and dagger.
Ah, it's
Dinks
a
had
3-0.
nowhere to go. Shikigami just unsure of themselves. Tentative, never got a chance to use their bloody gorilla ultimate. Krasmang switched over towards Doctor Strange now. He's lost it now. Bro, that is brutal.
Are you gonna take your prediction back?
This is just, I mean, it's Jover.
coming back,
Unfortunately, it's Jover
Hickey,
here.
come back.
They have
Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored,
kicking
hashtag.
themselves a bit because
Oh,
Amazing. He's
playing
gonna
right.
be on the mantis of all things. And
No, the scatter
it's a
is
lot.
dirty with the
I
Magos,
think
like no
Sentinels have,
troll.
gotten onto a
Last
pretty
time
good
we
pump
watched this
here.
guy, he was
Amazing
getting
is gonna
3
be a
Ks after
problem
3
for Sentinels as
Ks.
they do like to group up with the kind of front line they're playing here. Those arcs can be devastating. Crimso falls here because the damage is already done. They already have the objective on the road.
you know we had talked about
This is
how
not a bad
Hell is
ult, this
constantly
spot.
banned. Really strong
Maybe
as,
they
like, a
gave
potential
first on
counter
purpose. Should
into
we ask
those team
Rebase? Get him in the
towards comp. You know
call?
what? It's still a very good also into like
Chat,
playing
they
into
gave it on purpose so that they
Star-Lord
could hold
competition,
here
right?
while
And there
everyone's
is the
alive?
potential
No,
to
no,
mirror
no.
the
Write that
Star-Lord.
down. Write that down.
And I do think the Star-Lord typically, maybe not quite as up in the air, so maybe Winter Soldier some options, but definitely very good to have that gone as Boundary getting used. Ult's getting exchanged.
Soul Resurgence in play for Amadian here to answer Ricky's ultimate. Okay, I'm going to prove on both
back
sides
in Moon
there.
Knight
In hand of
fucking
Khonshu
combo
claims
shit,
Teki.
Jay.
All right, so we are starting to see this Moon Knight
Yeah.
get a little bit of value.
Just
Shikigami
sad.
opting
Back to
for a
square
very,
one.
like, a
They
pokey
res
front line
everybody.
for
Shit on badly, kid.
Oh,
Melo
Melo
ulted
it
bring
for
Sentinels back into the
stats.
fight, but there will be low. Melifobia's able to clean them up after the fact.
Said Melo
Grover
ulted
themselves
for
is in
stats.
the fray once more, and Super Gomez will have a second bite at the apple should he fall here. This could be a one-man job. Scattergenki goes so low and over the top, the blaster barrage
That's what I'm
finally
saying.
breaks through.
That's what I'm
Ramazzi
saying.
gotta get there with that extra
3-0.
damage, and somehow Sentinels hold out.
Inside of Melophobia, so they don't have a lot of options so to keep the pressure onto Super Gomez. As you know, gonna get taken out by Madian a little early there, but that it does come through the territory because somebody's gonna peek, sometimes you get poked. As now, Sentinel's gonna have to play a little bit
Yo,
slower.
stop the
knowing
card,
they're
bro.
down one. Shikigami to come back in.
Top the car.
Hold down the medium, they're holding on to
Yeah,
the
this
copy.
is over.
Not again.
The fuck are you doing?
Oh man.
This is
Bonus
over.
health. Ain't gonna help you there, unfortunately. Nicely done. Adam
Blocked by James, blocked by James.
Oh,
Put
buddy.
his shield up too early.
Spirit, run from it. Still gonna come for you. Ricky ends up falling to that meteor and the Sentinels
Ricky
dunk
mistake.
down on them. And that invisible boundary doesn't do enough to
They have
stave
combo.
off Sentinels.
Ricky
And
mistake.
so, second wave of them is about to come through. Scattergenki now with a meteor of his own.
The
It's
geometry.
Oh, what?
Okay, Ramazing does get caught out and the wall does get blown in.
Wait, if you just threw it
Still
straight
sitting
on,
out
he
to
would
play
have killed
with five.
everyone,
Now
no?
they got an invisible boundary
It's
of
like
their
the
own.
shield
There's one
was
that
gone.
forces Scattergenki
weird.
back out of it. This is giving a lot of space here now to the attackers. And Shikigami eventually have to get back into the game. Melophobia is going to try and start it off here with a dance of the butterfly into the backline, but a
What
great
the
bulwark is
fuck?
given over to Aramori to keep her alive under that level of pressure. However, Melophobia won't be denied, and not a little contact lens is going to protect Sentinels if Shikigami want to fully
Be a
commit.
wipe.
Really well played from the
Yeah, I
Shikigami
guess we
vanguards
got
there.
ult, so it is not worth
Krasmang hits a
walking
good
up.
wall. Make sure to have the metallic
Kids are on
characters
Moon
available to
Knight
walk out of the
group.
boundary.
No, I'm
So
saying
Sentinels
I
have
thought
to
we were
walk
in
forward.
like
They,
the
after
fucking
ult's
the
used,
game
Melophobia
just
is there to
came
get
out.
back.
How's
This is
that?
exactly what you wanted from Shikigami. They're getting close to
Sit
the
on
combo, getting
badly,
there for
kid?
Medium, but still a little far away from the prison. So they have to be worried
What?
for Crimzo.
Oh.
Have to be
Thought
careful
we were
of
still
this
watching
maybe
100 Thieves
early
vs.
phase.
Sen.
The damage.
Yeah, huge damage. If that Ankh is not cleared pretty quickly, it's a problem. Also, Hand of
whoa.
Khonshu, very powerful here. Who's Super Gomez looking
whoa.
The
for?
roof is one.
I got lamps out, I got lamps out, I got lamps out.
Rejuvenation domains to play in, but they do
Oh.
not last long enough for Amadi to stay alive.
Wait,
They did-
Hand of
they
Khonshu
combo
was
and
deployed,
killed
but it's unclear to
nobody?
see if it
Yeah,
found any
yeah.
value. And now, of course,
Oh,
Carly
no,
Revival
yeah,
is
yeah,
active.
center one,
Ramazes
then
How
back
is
into the
that
fight
possible?
with that ability.
Scatter has
Crimson
ult, Scatter has
Dangerous,
ult,
they have
Scatter has
all
ult, and
game.
they shouldn't
Super
have
Gomez
Link,
is
I
happy
think.
now to fight dirty up here on the card, and Ricky's been singled out by Gomez.
You ult before you
Blaster
get...
barrage here just for a little bit of defense, gonna be given a
Link,
bulwark
dude,
rather.
they have Link?
Now Meteor
Wait,
Ram will have
how
to be
did Moon Knight not
respected.
kill anybody and they still have
uselessly
Link?
into the screen, and we're
Yeah.
going back for it again.
Something's
Sentinels
not
back
right
up, Soul
there.
Resurgence is in play, Blaster barrage over the top.
Ooh,
Super
Checky
Gomez
looking like
looking
me.
dangerous again.
GG.
Taking it as a touchdown. Dinks gets flattened, and that's Shikigami without their invisible woman. Another dance of the butterfly being committed here by Melophobia. They need to find something, but Ricky will fall elsewhere. Finally, Ramazing is brought down, but the numbers just aren't favoring Shikigami anymore, and Sentinels more than happy to
No,
throw
no,
down.
now you guys
With
are
over 90
changing the
seconds
band
left to play,
again
they
to
should be able to
Loki.
get to this
It's a
checkpoint.
different band every
Should
time.
be clean up here on point. Scouter can go down. There should be some late limbs coming out for Sinatraa, which is exactly what you want to see, so you can come through this choke, continue forward.
Gomez does not want to use that in the choke, though, if he can help it. But now
The
Shikigami have
moon
moved out a little bit
haunts
more.
you.
It's easier pickings for him. Amadian was the target, but they are going to be given a bull walk. But Crazy Man is just too far away from the rest of
this
their
can't be
team.
bad
And Super Gomez is
against
going to
fucking
get
Sentinels,
massive
no.
value off this. Trying to guess where Dinks has gone under the cover of stealth.
They just
he
link
found
and
him,
they
but
survive
Dinks
the
is
gun.
caught out by the barrage. And Super Gomez is absolutely ripping up.
Lincoln
This
one
might be a
support
3-0,
ult.
He's trying to get back into spawn. Super Gomez finds 4 or so for the fight. And Sentinels now should be able to get through this choke
Is he
into
actually?
the
Oh,
cul-de-sac.
they're on Jeff Cap.
Now, I mean, I'm pretty sure ripping ass means something different. In
Yeah, he's fighting on them.
Then I mean, okay. Like,
He's fighting on them.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, if that's the case, that I
Loud and
misunderstood
clear.
that.
One kill, insta-born again.
If
Yeah.
that's the engage happens against
Aware.
Gonna possible to come on in.
Disparage.
Karmic revival, so they're gonna have some people coming back up.
Blocked by fucking James, that ult.
All right. Well, unfortunately, it ends up going in Crimso's direction. Which
Nah,
barely
he's
leaves a
AFK,
scratch
farm
on the
Crimso's
withered
ult.
bark of Groot. Invisible boundaries ready. Dinks also can copy. Melophobia switched over to the Jeff, and of course,
Big kill.
has
Yeah,
that ultimate
right.
coming online pretty darn soon. I didn't bother to learn it because I like to pretend Jeff does not exist. Here comes Shikigami though, walled off for a time. Sentinels trying to regroup now as the strangling prison comes down. A good answer at least
they broke
from
the
Dinks
lamp.
here. It doesn't save them though.
Big
Amelia
ass
still
ult.
Wait, whoa.
clashes into them
Yo, where-
as the
when did
rejuvenation
Jeff
domain
pull up?
timed out.
You didn't realize?
What the fuck? No.
I mean,
Oh, if he gets to spawn, they die. Oh.
It was just,
I mean, they
like,
tried to
useless,
Melophobia tries to
that
take
ult.
those players into
Pretty
the
sure they
spawn
still just
for
lose.
potential to punish, but I just don't think the damage is gonna be there. It did get a little bit disruptive for Sentinels, but unfortunately, Jeff ult did not get much as Star-Lord Black Legend up again.
GG.
Krasmang's coming up on ult.
Gotta
Wake
get in
up,
the mix
bro.
here. Galactic Legend thrown in. Super Gomez really has to commit a little bit more.
Who did actually
To
win
find
the wolf
damage.
for Shiggy?
She thinks this was being, yeah, I mean, there's so much pressure.
Wait.
but
They're
now
They're gonna
they're
get
kinda
born again.
trying
They're
to
gonna get
ignore
born again
Super Gomez, but
eventually,
it's hard
and
to
that's gonna
deny
be GG.
how
Like they're gonna win the
scary
fight,
they
and
are.
everyone's
Now,
gonna get
Full
res.
Jolly folks, Sentinels don't necessarily have to finish the map here, just make a good push of it.
Scatter
So far,
has to hit this
not so
ult, but they're
shabby.
gonna link.
But they're waiting for that
This
next
is
wave of big
GG.
ultimates to come online. Karmic Revival, Soul Research.
It's a classic, I think, chat. According to my
It's about
calculations.
getting rid of one of these frontliners.
Yeah.
Krasmang is now
Yeah,
switched
you
to a
can't kill
very
anybody.
durable Vanguard and
Wait,
Captain
what is
America.
Robo doing?
Whoa.
Catches out Karoba. That is a
Stretches
massive
right in
pick
front
here
of
for the
everybody like a
defenders.
legit alpha.
Now we did have that cocoon, so he's gonna be up again because of the passive. Melophobia gets found as well, so that means Karmic Revival's up. They're building closer to the Strangling Prison.
And he's
as well,
about to
so
born
Sentinels
again.
have a lot of sustain in this fight. They can
We
wait
ulted him
out
out
the
of it.
support ults. They can maybe
Nah,
just try to
just
find one. They're
it's
not
just
gonna
him,
find
though.
one, but they are gonna get some value
It's
out
just
of it.
him, though.
Find Ricky
Disparage.
there with the walls.
It's just
Okay,
him,
that's a big
though.
one. Ricky just getting a little bit too close there to those verdant vines. Amani out of the
Imzo
picture already.
ulti and
Crimson
Viz
gets
out.
value with the group, baby. Never any doubt. Rolling back the years. This guy's
Well,
champion of
3-0.
yesteryear and maybe of tomorrow. Nicely done.
Like,
Remember,
kick back,
For
leap,
attackers,
I
doesn't
like
make it
back,
easy for
leap.
me.
Oh,
Me.
shit. Oh,
Yeah,
Billionaire just died.
it's a
Oh,
hard map to
fuck.
attack
Oh.
all around. Even with the conscious prison, the aptly named
on back,
combination
kid.
between the two, Moon Knight.
Why,
that's
we
just
banned
not an ult.
group
As Crimzo, look at him.
100 thief.
He hit on the lip.
What?
of the
Crimzo's on
Tiger.
cart, by the way.
He's waiting for the late contest. Has to make sure not to go down. Does get the Cape of Terror, gets a vulnerability, but he's gonna make it on out because that's capped.
All right, let's get this combo up, guys.
Now, Sentinel's still holding on here.
3 hours
Looking to set up here,
later.
they got a mission closer to
Thought this shit was
Butterfly, so
SpongeBob.
up there.
Super Gomez probably going to dive back into the
That
backline
is
as
very
quickly
dead.
as humanly possible. OC, a bit of a duel here. They're opting out of it. They don't want to deal with Melophobia. And they see the front line of Shikigami looking pretty healthy now
Oh,
as well.
shit.
Dance, ready and
Oh.
waiting. Invisible boundary, but Super
Got a
Gomez
lot
doesn't
of
have a chance to
pressure.
get inside of it. Pulse
Oh,
cannon,
whoa.
surely? No? Amazing, 0 for 3.
like that.
In
I
big
like that by
2025, not what
Scatter.
you'd like to see.
I like that a
Shikigami see
lot.
an
I
opening
love
and a
it.
roll on
I
Sentinels.
love it.
What?
You saw that, chat?
Drop the rose.
He
gold
ate it and
emoji.
threw that shit on his
Rose
head.
gold emoji. Rest if you're on this high ground
Wait,
Melophobia.
wait,
Just
wait,
deny
wait.
this contest.
Shit on
But that's
bad,
Melophobia
kid.
doesn't go down. Oh, a little too big for your
Ooh.
britches there, folks.
Shit on just bad, kid.
Yep, once again, that fight looking to play out. Hand of Contrary coming down inside the invisible boundary, so Sentinels still have to respect this and walk away.
Moon Knight
Serious
combo
burst damage
killed
from that
literally
Moon Knight
no
ultimate.
one.
Amadian
Yeah.
barely gets the touch
Missed
back down on the
combo
ground
badly.
before Beam will sever them. And Skadagengi's going to be staggered out, so now there's an opportunity.
Shit,
for
Oh, it's
Hey,
getting to that
man.
time for me, bro. My
Really
brain
start
is
to
like
stabilize.
melting.
I like this from Crimzo. Great chase, good stagger. Pressure now as Dinks is not going to be allowed to walk back to their side of the map.
Shit on
Oh, he's still
badly,
chasing.
kid.
He's still chasing. He's chasing
Oh
him down
my,
the cap
shit on
position. Oh
badly.
my god. Crimzo's movement.
Well, I
I mean,
just
overall,
2x.
Captain is
I'm at
very,
like
Captain America's a
122
very
right now.
noble hero. But I think
What?
Crimzo's been using him to the
121.
highest degree. Just being getting shenanigans, just like not taking big fights, getting
Just
extra
2x.
target tests
Well, what do you
whenever
got?
possible. Definitely
115, 14,
on this hero on
13.
Vanguard. Early
I
damage, a
agree.
lot of damage here to Crabming.
Training in prison, devastating now. The
my.
response is okay. Super Gomez able to pick Amani off though outside of that invisible boundary, and it will at least dissuade any follow-up on the Groot ultimate. However, freedom charge at the ready. Pulse cannon, please, Primazy, I'm begging you. He's holding on to it for the time being.
Bro, who's on?
This shit is just should someone shoot this guy? What is this?
The server admin character.
Minecraft creative
It's like
mode.
Echo when Echo came out on Overwatch.
Okay, that's the problem.
Sure,
for
like
Shikigami.
one
Well,
person
they
should
switched
look
over,
up?
Of course, to a Winter Soldier.
Guys, watch out.
And
There's
decided
an Iron Man
not to
above.
sell. It is, in fact, not a Moon Knight.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, sir, bro.
So how does Bucky change the fortunes here of this Shikigami team? Duck into the boundary. Ramazzi now can fire out from
Wait,
his
this guy can
safety.
shoot across the
Continue
map
to
with
pressure
right
this
click.
frontline as Force Physics threatens to yank him down.
Yo,
I respect the
what
attempt
the
for
fuck is this
Ricky to try and follow
distance,
up there
bro?
with an orb. It's not happening though, and now
lost,
Shikigami are falling to pieces.
By the way, just gonna put that out there. Just gonna put that out there for the contest, but it looks like Sentinels. I mean, look, they
Oh,
trapped
we
a
almost
little
got
pet.
shit on
They put a
badly.
Madian back here. Like, okay, there you go. We're gonna keep you back here.
GG.
They're just in the spawn, zooming around. I mean,
What
that's
the
map. Sentinels.
fuck?
I mean, they're looking
Alex
so
thinks it through.
good in this new meta. Still gonna be two duelist picks that Sentinels have been very.
Crimso's got that shit on,
Isis
lock.
And also the Human Torch. So it's gonna be.
Wait, what time are you at, by the way?
Slog here for Shikigami to make
24,
something happen.
23,
And they're
22.
making it happen so far.
This is really nice. I mean, they've been able to play defensively
Razmang
really well.
back
Amani
on
able to
Hulk.
avoid
Apparently
Ramazzi
this guy's
getting
like
the
dirty at this whole
barrier
character,
deployed.
but he just never plays it
Again,
because it's
a
like
map that
bad.
definitely
But
favors
now
the
it's like
defenders
not
in this
bad.
first. Line that up, but beautifully done. Here with Dodo, rather played at both worlds here for Dinks. Ramazzi has to
Well, I feel
respect
like
this and
Crasming
look
about to
at
have
the
a
benefit he's getting
crazy
out of that
What?
invisible
Really
shielding.
sticky's in my
We have to
chat.
come
What's
back
up,
into
bro?
Supernova in this next fight. Melophobia had already made
Bro, been
use of theirs,
summoned.
but it's time now for Sentinels to get in there. Great Exile connected by Crazy Man here,
That
and
was
unfortunately it's
legit
too far
one.
extended. Going into Hulk smash to stay alive, but it is a
Stay dead on
very
Hulk.
short-lived run.
Wait, they
Oh
just
my
soloed
God, they actually
everything on
said-
this
they
guy.
said, like,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They dropped the
99.
butterfly on them too. They just immediately turned
on
on.
bad.
Wait,
Lead up here
what?
for
He just
point.
died through his
It
ult.
was a good recontest there for Shikigami. Sentinels there with the focus fire, just immediately deleting Crasmang. I mean, that's just exactly what you want to see. The grab opening it up too, so multiple plays of Sentinels just continue to keep the momentum going, find some late staggers.
Dang,
Component of it.
anything.
Here comes a supernova though from Melophobia.
Yeah.
Immediately,
Maybe another day.
Super Gomez fancies to get the heck out of there.
Yeah, his parents
Meteor
might,
right now
like,
gets no
confront
charge,
us.
So already a little
No
bit of damage
cap,
to
no
Crazy Man,
cap.
but will knock him into puny
The
battle
fuck are you
form.
saying to our
While
kid?
Crimson chooses to give up that high ground. A real
Fucking
magneto
dumbasses, I'll
aficionado
shit on
this
you
guy. So
bad in real
he's
life,
definitely
kid.
in his comfort seat. Scattergig can't get away from the poke damage of Rymazing and Super Gomez's questing psionic shotgun, crossbow, whatever. It's risk
So
man.
we're
So
back
do what
on
you want
console.
to
We're
be.
fucking
Shit
kids
on
like getting on the
you,
kids'
bad
parents getting on the
kid,
mic
he
and
said.
shit.
Up again for Gomez.
And you know he might
Nah,
have
shit.
Put your mom on the mic. Put your mom on the mic.
What?
He was on 1
I actually thought it was
20 seconds left.
360.
Legit. Did it.
Likely
We did
this is gonna
it.
be
Yeah.
a speed here. Sentinels should just beat up though. Dinks gets faded with worlds.
Taking low.
Go to bed,
Low
bro.
We need to get-
killing
we
ultimates
need to
here.
get that
Sentinels,
kill.
Shikigami have a bit. Armadian still not in the fight regardless. Rymazing, oddly enough, getting taken down by a Hulk, so you can puzzle yourself together how that managed to happen.
Well, they
Now we
keep
about to rate
soloing the
that
Hulk.
Reach those higher.
Well,
harder
actually, it
to
wasn't
reach
solo.
places.
He
Perhaps
killed the
as it
fucking
ends
guy,
the
but-
butterfly,
This
ends up taking
Crasman
down the
guy.
Human Torch. Scattergig here on the Doctor Strange. Desperately getting
Yeah, we're
topped
gonna
up
jump
here.
on
It's
that
an
back lane
invisible
or no?
boundary. Sentinels need to just pace themselves in this fight because there are significant healing resources
Hey,
for the
oh, you
defenders
see how he
to
cut
lean
that
on.
little S right
Tekken,
there?
though,
That was
unfortunately,
nice, that
cannot
was
boast the
nice.
same.
Crasming trying to chase them down. The Hulk just doing so much value here to get these
Whoa,
AoE
God.
shields coming out from the
God.
indestructible guard.
Yeah.
Get some exiles when necessary. You can chase down some of these limbs. Just keep
No,
the
you're
pressure
not
on
like
here.
that. You're not like. Is he like that?
Where's the supernova?
Oh.
Amazing. The that's gonna occur now.
Meteor M.
Oh, he got the ult
my-
off. What?
My.
Oh.
my golly, gee willikers
I thought he
a
was
second.
Korean.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
No,
Again,
no.
just chunked down.
Oh,
1,500 points of
thought
health
he'd
gone
be hopping
in a
off walls.
flash. Tekken is able to bring Crazemang down with that Maelstrom. Amani's looking
Yeah,
for a
Genji
play off the
has
dance of the
ult.
butterfly, but it's such an easy answer for Aramori. She just throws
Yeah.
that fate of both worlds in. And this should be a checkpoint now. Amani
Just
and
now we
Karen
about to
look
break the
on
bank.
as-
Dude, and they, you
Obviously,
are.
they do have some insane
Yeah.
fight with Amazing about to have the supernova.
Probably, honestly.
I might.
Getting pressured early. Gonna stay up. Exactly what you see some of the dives.
I can't wait for an international lane in this game, Chad. It's gonna be so fire. Like China and this shit is gonna be
just
insane.
the Hulk down. That is huge. Now, Amazing could just sort of wait this out a little bit.
Gapping? I don't think we're
cancel this out entirely, and then you can supernova into it. Yes.
Yeah, GG. Crimso's the truth.
What a bargain. Dink's going
like,
down.
you know when
Crimso,
you know the Chinese are sitting there like, wait, Crimso's the truth in this fucking race?
Yeah.
Sad.
The seduction and
Himzo.
supernova. Very, very frightening here for Shikigami to deal with. Dance of the Butterfly.
Yeah, you guys
likely
are saying
gets
space
counted
on
out
Sen. What the
by
fuck would I need
invisible
to be on
boundaries.
Sen
You can
for
throw that
when
one
they got
away.
Himzo,
Both
chat?
Emma Frosts have their ultimates though.
Guy said he'll do it
And they
himself.
force the pull out so early. Meliphobia gets found on the cross too, and that's exactly which one of the Sentinels where they go to the spawn, they force out the guard, they force out the Guardian shield. So many cooldowns early just for the cross, and they get the pick.
Damn.
Oh my.
And now, I mean, Ryan Mazing, he's healthy. Now the freeze, maybe gonna put a
Z9!
flip on this, but that just touch.
No touch. Forget about it. We don't touch here.
GG.
No touches.
Guy's the
Logging up,
truth.
but they're going to
This
wrap
guy's the
around.
truth
So,
vision.
Shikigami now with that high ground
Himzo,
position ready to
Himzo,
drop
Himzo.
here. Amazing though has got the architecture set up on the low ground. You can see it, and Ricky just gets flattened. Goes the way of the dodo there, or rather the entire dinosaur species, I guess. Amazing finds the meteor connection. And they're getting poked down by Meliphobia.
Shit
Not really
on
doing anything
that,
about it because
kid.
they believe the damage is already done.
I mean, and they need that.
The Lunar Snow, or rather the Invisible Woman. She just double jumps out of
Yeah,
there.
you can tell these guys don't know what's happening,
Enough and
Jack.
still has to that shielding available, but
They're
what
just
does your team
busting
do
out
now that these
anything
heads
at
are
this
turned
point.
in the direction of the Venom? Another
Yeah.
dive back in, Aramoni.
Sentinel's got it figured out, bro.
And Crazemang, unfortunately, has been a warm
Sentinel's
prop.
got
He is
the meta
the
figured
person
out.
playing as the tree in the high school
Himzo, bro.
play.
Himzo figured it out fast.
Yeah, I mean, unlike
Yeah.
the tree though, that's Vanguard just looking to deny the value of the walk forward with.
Okay, there we go. There's that little flame wall being thrown up. Super Gomez finally falls. That's an opening now for Shikigami. Can they exacerbate it? They've been patient. They've been put up all of their ultimates for a fight just like this one. Dance of the Butterfly descends on Sentinels now, but of course Aramori has a Fate of Both Worlds to counter it out. Krasmang with a Feast of the Abyss at the ready. Chomps onto Aramori and takes the strategist out of the game. Big pick now and a player advantage established for Shikigami. But Sentinels aren't done yet. Crimso now looking for a Meteor M and sends it into the backline. It looks like it's blocked out, or at least does not find in lethality. Techie desperately has to throw up the shield, get away from the fight. It looks like Shikigami may have done enough.
Riki test unlikely to
Like,
happen.
after all
They're
that?
gonna send in one last second. Super Gomez comes in immediately down, and now they've lost Super
Like,
Gomez.
after
They
all
didn't get
that?
out of the bank, and they're gonna get caught. They should all get caught here.
That shit reminds me of that fucking
Money
Mad
falls,
Dev
yeah,
girl.
Sentinels
Like, you didn't take
in a
your
bit of an
mom's out
awkward
the
spot
hood?
now. No one has the bandwidth to look up and deal with Meliphobia.
That's what it
We'll
sounds like
add
to
it to the
me.
tally of damage once again.
Like, fam, you
Banishing
didn't get
the
your mom's
defenders
out
back
the
to their
hood?
spawn.
When he just finds
One of them
random
towards that
dudes
low
at the
ground,
malls,
but
they like,
Meliphobia wants to punish
hey,
them.
yo! Like, that is like, has to just be trolling.
Guy turned into a raptor.
Bro, literally, all of them do that.
Yo, fam, these youths are mad, fam. Like, what? This shit is like cancer to listen to, bro.
Has to be troll.
Oh my god. No, you gotta see the video I sent you, bro.
And even though
These
Krasmang
girls
down
in the
early,
mall
there's still
were like,
a lot of
I
value
was like, wait,
coming out from the piece
what?
of the Peter him though, not finding much.
They were saying
Sentinels, they
like,
might be able to
no,
scrap their way
fam,
back in
these
here.
youths
I mean,
are
the damage here from the
burpers.
duelists, and they're just finishing up.
Who's like, what?
He said, "Grr," like, what? SpongeBob language.
They have to get back there. That looked like
Goofy
a
goober
good fight for
language.
Shikigami,
Okay.
and they felt it too. They spent all of their ultimates on these last couple of
Bear
engagements, and now we're in a
Gerbs, my
trough.
chat said.
Sentinels have
Bear
favorable position.
Gerbs.
He thought it was
Easy access to
Marv
high
in my
ground.
chat, yeah.
Amazing causing all
That's
sorts
that
of
shit
issues across the
Marv
map.
be
It's
saying.
definitely a favorite scenario for the defenders. We're now getting inside the 90-second warning for Shikigami to get this checkpoint.
Krasmang's being farmed. My Venom's being farmed.
He said in
It's
the
like,
mall,
oh,
like,
Venom.
yo!
I know. Actually, have you seen those videos?
That is cancer.
No way he escaped.
Like, they're just orange.
What is this
trolling.
guy's POV just running around the walls all game?
Attention.
Not even like
Alt battery for
PvE
the
game.
backline. Krasmang.
I think the giant blueberry should be.
Can we get a Spidey back shots for
Okay,
this
you
Venom
know what?
gameplay right
You might
now?
be right. Krasmang still eventually gets his time in the sun.
Spidey
now.
back
Getting too
shots
close
in
to
the
it if he
chat.
tangles with Ryan Mazing for too long.
Can we get in the chat?
Magneto causing some problems.
You're getting what is that new emo called? The alien.
Nice little dive. Cellular corrosion. The damage is going to come thick and fast. Crazeman can't see where it comes from. The force physics drags him back. Another beautiful play from Corroder on top.
What? No, we gotta go to bed.
Looks like Shikigami though, they're like, we're down 1, we're gonna commit. But the problem with doing something like that is that, okay, yeah, the strategist can just panic.
Shikigami is some
commit a strategist ult, and now they've committed
What?
more. Ricky's committed a boundary. Sure, they find Kurova, but they need to find more for this investment to be worth it because, I mean, it's last fight.
Big chance here for Super Gomez. Invisible boundary not available, but the dance doesn't really seem to find too many partners. Melophobia looking to poke them down. Super Gomez is hoping to try and control the position.
Wait, is this a classic shot?
It's looking like
it. No, it's a classic. A classic. A duck with the fucking nice suit on.
Yep, another force physics to drag them on back, and now they don't have the shield to stay alive. That's gonna hurt the attackers. Melophobia's got to go ham now.
Oh, he ulted, don't shoot.
Trying to pressure away, but the
Oh my god.
Kill.
Brimzo from fucking deep, looking like Curry.
Now Shikigami on their last legs.
Yeah.
Ricky, amazing in a duel. Melophobia gets involved, but there is no touch on the card. There is no hope.
Can I get an
No
press?
doubt for Shikigami as another money match goes the way of Sentinels.
What? Someone said ranked after question mark.